Dr. Manhattan vs. Superman. Who would win in a DC showdown? The DC universe boasts numerous powerful characters, but two stand out: Dr. Manhattan and Superman. Dr. Manhattan, known from the famous Watchmen comics, is nearly a true god with immense power in almost every aspect. On the other hand, Superman has always been the symbol of strength in the DC world, representing some of its mightiest heroes. So if these two legends were to face off, who would win? In a battle between Dr. Manhattan and Superman, the outcome seems to heavily favor Dr. Manhattan. His powers far surpass Superman's, to the point where he could threaten the entire universe without much effort. This power exceeds Superman's limits, making Dr. Manhattan nearly unbeatable in their confrontation. But before we dive into the analysis, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you. Superman is undeniably and forever one of the most iconic symbols in the superhero universe of DC. However, compared to Dr. Manhattan, he doesn't quite measure up. Very few characters in DC can match up against this near-godly being. Dr. Manhattan's main strength lies in his ability to control molecules, whether his own or others. He can alter the molecular structure of his body at will, and he's demonstrated his unmatched power by effortlessly crushing tanks and even lifting planetary structures without any effort. Meanwhile, Superman has always been seen as the epitome of power in the DC universe. He can lift entire mountains or even push a planet out of its orbit. This immense strength is Superman's greatest asset, and it's worth noting that the more exposure he has to yellow sunlight, the stronger he becomes, reaching unimaginable levels. However, no matter how strong Superman gets, Dr. Manhattan always has the upper hand due to his ability to manipulate his own molecular structure. This is why, despite being one of the strongest forces known, Superman is overshadowed by Dr. Manhattan's power. Manhattan not only has limitless potential over time, but can also disintegrate any matter or living being down to the atomic level. His strength surpasses any limits, rendering all of Superman's actions meaningless. However, there is one version of Superman that could stand on equal ground: Superman Prime. This version is considered one of the most powerful characters in comic book history and would certainly give Dr. Manhattan a tough fight, even possibly emerging victorious. That said, the toll of such a battle would be unfathomable and unpredictable. Dr. Manhattan's power is deeply tied to the universe, as his ability to control molecules extends to all of reality. He's strong enough to alter the very nature of the universe, and the clearest proof of this is when he took 10 years of time away from the entire DC universe. Dr. Manhattan can even kill anyone with a mere thought, as he has the ability to disperse their molecules effortlessly. While Superman is often seen as a brute force, he actually possesses a wide range of skills that make him a formidable adversary in battle, along with his extraordinary strength and durability. Superman can fly and has senses far more acute than any normal human. One of his most dangerous weapons in combat is his heat vision, which is powerful enough to penetrate the defenses of many of DC's strongest characters. Additionally, Superman has freezing breath, which can weaken and immobilize enemies in an instant, making him versatile in many combat situations. On the other hand, Superman can also travel back in time and eliminate his opponent. Thus, another weakness of Dr. Manhattan is his lack of will and emotion. Although he can foresee the future, he has no motivation to change it. For instance, he teleported to Mars just because a group of people accused him of causing cancer. Anyone capable of convincing him that his existence endangers the universe could potentially bring about his downfall. Superman's power and abilities are incredibly useful in confrontations, but when compared to Dr. Manhattan's godlike abilities, Superman appears as small as an ant. He becomes insignificant when facing Dr. Manhattan's overwhelming strength. In reality, Dr. Manhattan has complete control over the molecular structure of his body, making him almost invulnerable and highly resilient. His ability to alter his molecules will allow him to maintain his body in any state necessary, making it nearly impossible to harm or kill him. Only a force far superior to him could pose a threat. Similarly, Superman is called the Man of Steel because his body is as tough as steel, almost immune to ordinary damage. Attacks that would kill or injure normal beings barely affect Superman. And aside from magic and kryptonite, only beings of equal or greater strength can harm him. With his superior endurance, Superman can withstand most attacks. However, no matter how powerful Superman is, Dr. Manhattan operates on an entirely different level. He could walk on the surface of the sun without taking any damage. As mentioned, Dr. Manhattan's powers are nearly godlike, with an almost omnipotent ability. This extends not just to physical strength, but also to his incredible intelligence, as he is nearly omniscient. This means Dr. Manhattan can simultaneously see the past, present, and future, possessing awareness of the entire universe. He can even merge all his consciousness into a singular entity. Before becoming Dr. Manhattan, he was already a brilliant genius, which makes him a nearly cosmic entity without needing cosmic power. Only true gods or reality-bending entities can rival him. While Superman is often seen as a symbol of brute strength, he is also quite intelligent, as Kryptonians possess intellect superior to that of humans. However, no matter how smart Superman is, he cannot compare to the supreme intelligence of Dr. Manhattan. Manhattan transcends any limits of intelligence that ordinary beings or even aliens can achieve. Though Superman may not be the strategic mastermind that Batman is, he still far surpasses most humans in terms of cognitive abilities. However, Superman cannot attain the omniscience and cosmic awareness that Dr. Manhattan possesses. Therefore, in terms of intellect, Dr. Manhattan leaves Superman far behind. What's unique about Dr. Manhattan is that, unlike many other superpowered beings in the DC universe, he possesses no combat skills simply because he has never needed to undergo combat training. Previously, Dr. Manhattan was scientist John Osterman, whose body was destroyed in a lab accident. With the ability to manipulate all forms of matter, regenerate his body after being annihilated, predict the future, and be nearly immortal, Dr. Manhattan may be the most powerful superhero in any comic book. Because of his unmatched power, he has never needed to develop or learn any combat skills. Meanwhile, Superman, despite appearing to be someone who solves problems with his fists, is actually a skilled warrior. He has learned combat from greats like Wonder Woman. While he doesn't possess the top-tier skills of Wonder Woman or Batman, Superman is more than capable of handling opponents who are superior in fighting techniques. This is the only aspect in which Superman surpasses Dr. Manhattan. He is a trained fighter who knows how to handle himself in battle. In a direct confrontation, Dr. Manhattan could easily defeat Superman. With just a wave of his hand, he could completely disintegrate Superman, and no matter how strong Superman is compared to other beings, Dr. Manhattan remains far superior. Even if the battle were purely physical, Dr. Manhattan would still hold the advantage with his ability to regenerate his body no matter how it's destroyed. His power to alter reality is something no one can match. It cannot be destroyed and can do whatever he pleases. For instance, Dr. Manhattan could turn the sun into a red star, completely weakening Superman's strength. He could even create countless copies of himself, each with identical powers. And with the ability to instantly turn the surrounding air into kryptonite gas, it seems Superman stands no chance against a being with unlimited power like Dr. Manhattan. Please subscribe to our channel, it would help us a lot, and you'll get to watch amazing videos every day. You're the best, thank you so much. Superman may deliver powerful punches, but Dr. Manhattan holds the ability to control matter at a subatomic level. This allows Manhattan to disintegrate Superman before he can even land a hit. Though Superman can survive in space, his power still depends on energy from the yellow sun. If cut off from this energy source for too long, he will gradually weaken. Meanwhile, Dr. Manhattan needs no energy source to sustain his life. In reality, Superman has no way to truly defeat Manhattan. On the contrary, Manhattan has countless ways to win. He could teleport Superman directly into the core of a red star, recreate red solar radiation to neutralize the yellow sun's power, or immediately fill a room with kryptonite. With these options, Manhattan clearly holds the upper hand. Dr. Manhattan may not care much about lesser beings, but when needed, he displays sharp focus and exceptional intelligence in eliminating his enemies. As the only true superhero in his universe, Manhattan possesses overwhelming advantages, much like how Superman dominates in the DC universe. However, the difference is that while Superman has been beaten by foes with only physical power, Manhattan possesses all those advantages and also controls energy and reality to an immeasurable extent. Manhattan's power lies not just in the physical realm, but in his ability to control every element of the universe, making him an opponent far beyond the reach of any superhero. Superman seems to have no chance of winning against Dr. Manhattan. With Manhattan's ability to foresee every action Superman will take, defeating him is almost impossible unless Superman receives help from brilliant minds like Ozymandias, Batman, or Lex Luthor, someone smarter than himself. Manhattan, with his immense power and control over physical forces at the cosmic level, remains nearly unbeatable. Even if someone were strong enough to defeat Dr. Manhattan, he would foresee it due to his awareness of time. While Superman Prime, the near-omnipotent version of Superman, has the ability to resurrect Lois Lane, Dr. Manhattan could create and destroy an entire dimension filled with versions of Lois Lane with just a thought. Furthermore, there's no real way to kill Manhattan, although his most notable feat in Watchmen was destroying a tank. He admitted that if Russia launched a nuclear war, he wouldn't be able to eliminate all the nuclear weapons at once, whereas Superman could easily gather them all and throw them into space with his super speed. Pre-52 Superman has demonstrated that he possesses some level of molecular manipulation over his own body. Superman's abilities allow him to react extremely quickly, fast enough to dodge Doomsday's devastating punches as well as energy attacks from many other powerful adversaries. However, Dr. Manhattan could not only destroy Superman at the cellular level, but disintegrate him entirely at the atomic level if he truly wanted to fight no version of Superman. Even his evil doppelgangers could harm Dr. Manhattan or leave any mark on this powerful being. While Superman is like a god to humanity due to his extraordinary strength and righteous spirit symbolizing hope, justice, and protection, unmatched in the eyes of mankind when facing Dr. Manhattan, Superman's stature seems small, like a human looking up at a supreme deity. The gap between Superman and Dr. Manhattan is as vast as the universe itself, not only in strength but in their ability to manipulate reality. Superman may be a better warrior thanks to his rich combat experience and skills honed through countless battles, making him one of the strongest fighters in the DC universe. But no matter how exceptional his combat skills are, they become meaningless when facing an entity capable of altering reality itself. Dr. Manhattan can not only manipulate molecules but also regenerate himself. His power far exceeds any limit Superman can reach. He can alter the fabric of the universe, destroy Superman at the molecular level, or simply change every element that gives Superman his powers, rendering them useless. In every scenario, whether in terms of physical strength or cosmic powers, Dr. Manhattan holds the absolute advantage, and thus he would always defeat Superman no matter the circumstances. What do you think? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching. That's the video for today. I'll stop it here. Thank you so much.